Hey everyone, so I'm just out for this walk and I'm going down this path, and I don't know, I have this little epiphany here. I'm looking at all the trees, and I've walked down this path a lot in the past, and I'm looking at all these trees that are lining the path, and I say to myself, this is kind of like the path of my life over the last few years. You look at these trees, and let's say each one signified something. Let's say this one here to the right was, anger, right? And as I'm dealing with grief and that anger, and you have guilt, and all these things that come up through life, maybe the loss of a friend that passes away, and you're going through life. And I'm doing this video right now. It's in the winter time, and you can see all the foliage is gone and dead. But if you were to look at a path like this and symbolize it with your life, and consider each tree having, a sign on it, a name, and it was, moving out of an apartment, selling your home, maybe. Your family car you've had for 7 years dies, and it's time to replace it. A family pet passes away. You break up with somebody, end a relationship. Each tree in your life, right? I'm looking at this, and it's just, I'm picturing it as each tree, you kind of go along life, and all these things kind of fall off behind you. And I remember something that floored me. It was like a punch to the gut after my wife passed. I remember driving and looking at the world still moving, and even though my world had stopped inside, I'm watching the world still go on about its day, as though she never existed, right? And it hurt. It hurt so much to know the process of the world moving on without her had already begun. And I remember commercial coming on for a sequel to a movie that she liked, and I just remember saying no, that's not allowed to. They're not allowed to make more of those anymore. She's not here to see them. And the finality and the mortality of life hits you, that the world's going to move on, people are going to go back about their lives, but as you kind of go down that path and you continue moving forward, the reason why you want to move forward is because again, you look at these things, and let's just say these trees were to symbolize the obstacles and hurdles that you have to overcome in life. Some people dealing with grief that I've spoken to think that if they just stay home and shelter in place, stay in their bed and not get out, it'll be okay. That's a good way to handle it, because if they don't take any steps forward, they don't have to experience any more loss, right? So if I stop right here, and if this tree here, the loss for me, let's say this represents, after losing my wife, and just say I lost my job, and this tree represents the last thing I lost now is my job. Well, if I don't take a step forward, I don't have to find out what this tree over here is, right? But as I do, and I encounter, my pet, a cat we had for 16 years dies. It's another thing I have to get forward. And you'd think, well, gee, if I just stood back there at that tree, would this not have happened? Of course not, right? That would still have happened. It's not how it works. So we move forward because there's no point in staying still. Now, if this tree represents that cat that passed away, and I'm sad and it hurts, the only thing standing here is going to do is keep me in that moment, keep me locked in place, keep me feeling that feeling I feel right now. And, the only thing more depressing than experiencing the pain like that is experiencing it and realizing it's never going to change. There's also amazing moments of beauty and clarity and of life all around us. keep taking steps forward. You're going to encounter more dark times. That dark day that you just went through, or that you're going through right now, isn't your last one. It's not. There's more to come. The thing you got to remember is whether you choose to shelter in place and stop at that one tree that you're kind of hitting right now, it's not going to stop those other days from coming. It's not going to protect you. It's not going to do anything. Your best way to deal with those days, the best way to deal with them, move forward, appreciate what you do have around you. Because when those blinders finally come off and you really can look around, then you'll see, yeah, staying back there by those dark gray trees isn't the way you want to live. Okay, so take a step forward today. Find something to do that's memorable. Find something to do that you can leave an imprint on today. And, call somebody you haven't spoken to. Go out there and try a new activity. Take a ride. Go visit a place you haven't been to in a long time. Just do something with a few minutes today. That'll help you take that step forward, okay? All right. Yeah, have a good day, and hope you enjoy the video.